All right, everybody. So today we're going to dive into the Scalarworks mount. So some quick housekeeping tips. Brownells did send this out for review. I have quite a few Scalarworks mounts. They are fantastic, and I highly recommend if you guys are in the market for mounts, you can look at them. But first, before we even get into doing this, I'm going to be releasing my the SPS series, the small part series. That is a series that I really like, but I haven't done much with. I did one video on it already. This is definitely going to go under that. This series, I believe, mostly should be additional content. So you guys usually get that video Sunday night or Monday, and then this is going to be extra weekly content. It's going to be kind of shorter format and some stuff like that. I'm not going to show you guys how to like install parts, but I'm going to show you guys like how stuff looks and the tools that I do use to make that happen. So since Brownells did send this out, we have the Aimpoint right here, the Aimpoint Duty RDS. The mount is a absolute co-witness mount, which is absolutely trash. I don't like co-witness. I'm not a big fan of it. My favorite mount style is 193, and that's what we have here. So we have the 193 mount right in here, and yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna bust this open, and we're gonna take a look at it. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what comes in it. All right, so you're going to get this. You're going to get your little Scalarworks card. You can scan that for your user's manual if you so feel. You get a vacuum sealed package with your mount in here. And then you get another package that has the screw driver bit that you can put in there. So this has the bit in it, which is really cool. And then it comes with 4 pre-Loctited things. Now you can up that and add some Vibratite if you must. I do like Vibratite. I do think the Scalarworks screws are a little bit short, but I think they kind of have to work with everything because I do know that Aimpoint uses a much longer screw. So I'm going to go ahead and take that mount off. I'm going to show you guys what the mount's going to look like when we tear it open and we do all the fun stuff, and then let's get into it. All right, so the screws that come out of this mount are very long. So I'm going to go ahead and just reuse the factory screws. So let's go ahead. We're going to open this guy up here real quick. It's vacuum sealed, which is really cool. Vacuum sealed, pretty cool. I like these mounts. These mounts are very nice. As you can tell, we're getting quite a bit more ride height with these mounts. It does bring the optic up a bit more. That's what I like. That's how I run this stuff. Now this does come with the screws from Scalarworks, but I'm not going to use those. I'm going to attach these with the provided screws, and I'm going to put just a tiny little drop of Vibratite on there. If you guys don't know how to screw in an optic or do any of that stuff, I highly recommend you guys look that up. However you would look that up, but I'm not going to show you here just because YouTube is one of those people who just absolutely love to take things away from people and do stuff like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do what I do, but let's look at this mount real quick. That is not a blemish, so we're good there, but this mount looks very nice. I like these because they're QD. Scalarworks puts a lot of time and energy into these mounts, and I've never had one that hasn't worked. Now granted, I only have 5 of these mounts. So yeah, these are very good mounts. QD for the most part. You do tighten these down a little bit. They get a little rough to take off. You could use your shirt or something like that. But these are very good mounts. That ratcheting system is very nice, very solid. It will maintain for a very long time. And yeah, these mounts just work really, really well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to mount it up. I'm going to show you guys what we're doing from here on out. All right, so I'm going to run this weekend, so you guys aren't going to see any footage of this in this video, but I do have other Scalarworks mounts that I do run all the time with optics, with my Aimpoints and things like that. So if you guys would like to see those, by all means, go check out some of my videos. These mounts are incredible. Now, I do recommend if you guys are going to use your fix-it sticks, understand that you can apply quite a bit of torque on here, and I have not broken any of my screws, but if you do, you will end up shearing a screw off in there, and that will be no bueno. And then when you contact Aimpoint, they're going to tell you that you got to just buy a new optic because they don't recommend you changing out the screws. So whatever you do, don't apply a good amount of force. Go good and tight, and then just a little bit more. All right, so I think really what I'm going to end up doing was I'm gonna run this probably on my 13.9 BRN 180 because that still needs to be reviewed. I have some accuracy testing that I've got to do for that, and I want to make sure that this optic holds 0, especially with this mount, because I've done this in the past. I used my Holosun and my Aimpoint. and I've taken the optics off and I've put them back on, and every single time I'm shooting back to 0. I actually have an older video on my player account. If you guys want to go check that out, you guys can see that I took the optic off, put it back on, and we had 0 shift. Like it was either very minimal or no shift. So that's one of the cool parts about these optics is you can put them back to exactly where they were and you have no 0 shift. So that does come with a caveat. You have to know exactly where your optic was, and you have to set it back the exact same way every single time. If you go too many clicks over, too many clicks under, you can have an issue. So just so you guys are aware, that's one of the cool parts about this optic that I absolutely love. Now, there are cheaper optics mounts on the market. Not a problem if that's the route you want to go. I like these ones. They're the strongest, lightest ones that you can get right now, and they have a really good clamping force on the rail. Now, there are BCM makes another set that you can also go get on Brownells. It's got like that angular mount. If I didn't have this optic and I had like a T2, that's probably the optics mount I would have gone with. But these Scalarworks mounts really, really work very well. They are on the expensive side, but as I said, they are the strongest, lightest mounts possible. Now, only one of the things I don't love with these Scalarworks mounts is it kind of does bother me, is that they have this overhang right here. And this overhang is very, very drastic. So if you guys are out there and you're looking and you can't stand this aesthetic, by all means, you're more than welcome to take a grinder to that, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would just recommend leaving it there. It's going to take some bumps and dings and probably some stuff like that, but these Scalarworks mounts, they do work really well. Now, this mount originally was designed to work with the Comp M4S. Which one was this designed to work with? The Comp M5S. So that's what this was originally designed to work with, and right here would be like your battery shelf, and it would hang over and you wouldn't have this much overhang. But this also works with that because it has the same ride height. So the Aimpoint Duty RDS, I've been really liking it. I'm not going to put out a review just yet, but I do love this mount. It's awesome and it works really well, and I think it's fantastic. And then you can look at that little crispy dot in there. That's a good little dot. I like it. It's really cool. I'll let you guys know kind of how everything goes with this in the future. I will do updates on the small part series and stuff like that if you guys want to stick around for those things. And yeah, these mounts are pretty freaking awesome. I highly recommend it if you guys are out there and you guys are looking. I can't say enough good things about these Scalarworks mounts, and I love them. They are on the expensive side. There are cheaper mounts out there, and if that's the route you want to go, that's totally okay. I realize not everybody has the budget that I have, and nor does everybody have a sponsorship like Brownells that is able to send them stuff. So if you guys are out there, at least give them a look. I know that if maybe you have like one optic that you just like want to have on your go-to gun or your go-to-war gun or your shit hits the fan gun or whatever, take a look into these. These are some great, fantastic optics that work really well. They don't bend. I've dropped them quite a few times. I've had no issues. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the bench. As always, go check out Brownells. Use code BOP10 over there. Save yourself 10% off of anything 150 or more. They have a huge Black Friday sale coming up. And yeah, they also have some really cool retro guns coming back into stock. And they're making like a completely new line for that too. So if you guys want to go check that out also, go hit them up. As always, be a hoodlum.